Strong English at work isn't about saying sorry. It's about sounding confident. Let's fix that. Here we go.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Quick Speak Q&A. Before we go any further, quick reminder. If you enjoy real conversations about real English, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep these Q&A episodes coming.
Absolutely. And if you've ever felt unsure about what to say at work, you're in the right place.
Before we start, I just want to say something, Liam. Ever since our last conversation, I've been paying attention to how I speak at work, and honestly, it's been a bit uncomfortable.
That's actually a very good sign, Emma. Discomfort usually means awareness is growing. What have you been noticing?
I realized that I say sorry much more than I thought. Not just once or twice, but constantly, and now I can't unhear it.
That moment when you can't unhear it anymore is powerful. It means you've moved from unconscious habit to conscious choice.
And it's everywhere. Emails, meetings, calls, even when I'm just asking for information.
Let me ask you something to ground us here. When you say sorry at work, do you always mean you did something wrong?
No, not really. Most of the time, nothing bad even happened. It's more like a reflex.
Exactly. And that reflex is what we're unpacking today. Not the word itself, but the automatic use of it.
I think what confuses me is that I was always taught that apologizing is polite, professional, and respectful. So part of me feels like stopping sounds risky.
That makes total sense. Many people were taught that politeness equals apology. But in professional communication, respect doesn't come from saying sorry, it comes from being clear.
So I'm not being rude if I stop apologizing.
Not at all. Let me reassure you right away. We're not removing politeness. We're removing unnecessary self-blame.
That already sounds different. Self-blame is a strong word.
And that's because language carries emotional weight even when we don't notice it. Every time you apologize without a reason, you place yourself slightly lower in the conversation.
Wow, I've never thought of it like that.
Most people don't. That's why this habit is so common.
Okay, then let me ask this clearly. When should we say sorry at work?
Great question. You should say sorry when you take responsibility for a real mistake that affected someone or something.
So not when I ask a question.
Correct.
Not when I need clarification.
Exactly.
Not when I speak up or share an idea.
Right. Those are normal professional behaviors, not offenses.
I think I apologize the most in meetings, especially when I interrupt or jump in late.
That's very common. Let's slow that down and look at it more closely.
Okay.
When you interrupt, why are you doing it?
Usually because the conversation is moving fast and I don't want to lose my thought.
Right. So that's participation, not rudeness. You're trying to contribute, not derail the conversation.
But it still feels rude sometimes.
That feeling often comes from language learners trying to be extra polite. Native speakers usually don't apologize for participating.
So what should I say instead?
Instead of sorry, can I add something? You could say, can I jump in here? Or just to add something quickly.
That sounds much more natural.
And more confident too.
It's interesting how small changes completely shift the tone.
Small changes in language often create big changes in perception.
And perception matters a lot at work.
It does, especially in meetings, where presence and clarity are noticed more than perfection.
So interrupting isn't the problem. The problem is apologizing for existing in the conversation.
Exactly. Instead of, sorry, can I add something? You could say, can I jump in here? Or just to add something quickly.
That sounds so normal when you say it.
Because it is normal in real English.
I think I imagine native speakers being annoyed if I slow things down.
Let me flip that for you. Native speakers get more annoyed by confusion later than by clarity now.
Oh, that makes sense.
Clarity saves time. Apologies often delay it.
I also notice I apologize a lot in emails, especially at the beginning.
What's a common opening for you?
Sorry for the delay, even if the delay was just a few hours.
Let me ask you something honestly. Was there a problem or was it just normal workflow?
Most of the time, it's just normal.
Then you don't need an apology. You can say, "Thanks for your patience," or "Thanks for following up."
That already feels calmer, less emotional.
Exactly. Apologies add emotion. Gratitude adds professionalism.
I never thought about emotion in work language like that.
That's because we're rarely taught this explicitly.
What about questions? I always soften them with, "Sorry if this is a silly question."
Let me ask you something gently. Do you truly believe your question is silly?
No, I just don't want to sound unprepared.
And that fear is very human. But at work, questions show engagement, not weakness.
So, what should I say instead?
You can say, "Just to clarify," or "I want to make sure I understand this correctly."
That sounds confident, not defensive.
Exactly. You're framing curiosity as professionalism.
Can we practice a bit? That helps me internalize it.
Of course. Let's imagine you're writing a follow-up email after a meeting.
I'd probably start with, "Sorry, I just wanted to follow up."
And instead, you could say,
I'm following up to confirm the next steps.
"Perfect. Clear, neutral, professional."
I'm noticing a pattern here. Most of my sorries aren't about mistakes, they're about taking up space.
That's a very important realization.
And maybe I don't need to apologize for taking up space at work.
Exactly. You were invited to that space for a reason.
That actually feels relieving.
Good. That relief is confidence starting to settle.
Okay, but what about real mistakes though, when I genuinely mess up?
Excellent point. That's when sorry belongs. But even then, structure matters.
What do you mean by structure?
Instead of stopping at "sorry about that," you add responsibility and solution. For example, "You're right, that was my mistake. I've corrected it, and it won't happen again."
That sounds mature, like taking ownership.
Exactly. Responsibility builds trust. Endless apologies don't.
I think I also apologize when there's silence, like on calls.
Ah, yes. Silence makes many people uncomfortable. Instead of apologizing, you can say, "Let me think for a second,"
That feels confident already.
because it shows control, not panic.
Let me check if I really understood the main idea so far, because it feels important. I shouldn't delete sorry from my English completely. I should just stop using it automatically, without thinking.
That's a perfect summary, Emma. Sorry is a tool, not a habit. When it becomes automatic, it loses its meaning.
And instead of apologizing by default, I should choose something more intentional, like clarity, gratitude, or direction.
Exactly. Those three options already cover most work situations.
I'm realizing now that a lot of my apologies are actually about buying time. When I don't understand something immediately, or when I need a moment to think, I apologize first.
That's a very common pattern. Let me ask you this. When you need time, is time itself a mistake?
No, it's just part of thinking.
Right. So instead of apologizing, you can name what's happening. For example, "Let me take a second to think about that," or "I'd like a moment to consider this."
That already sounds calm and professional.
Because calm language signals control.
This is especially hard for me in international meetings. People speak fast, different accents, and I catch maybe 70% of what's being said.
That's very real. When that happens, what do you usually do?
I nod, smile, and then later I apologize privately and ask someone to explain.
And how does that feel afterward?
Stressful, like I'm always catching up.
Exactly. Asking for clarity in the moment is actually more efficient. Instead of, "Sorry, I didn't understand," you can say, "Just to make sure I'm following," or "Could we pause for a second so I can align?"
I like the word align. It feels very work appropriate.
Native speakers use it a lot for that reason.
Another situation that makes me nervous is when my manager asks me a question and I don't have the answer right away.
What do you usually say?
Sorry, I don't know.
And how does that make you feel?
Small, like I failed.
Let's reframe it. What's the honest reality in that moment?
I don't have the information yet.
Exactly. So you can say, "I don't have that information yet, but I can check and get back to you."
That feels responsible, not weak.
Because it shows ownership and follow-through.
I think I confuse responsibility with apology.
That's a very important insight. Responsibility is about action, not self-punishment.
What about leadership situations? When someone is leading a meeting or a project?
Leadership language is a great place to see this difference clearly.
How so?
Leaders rarely apologize for normal process issues. Instead of, "Sorry for the confusion," they say, "Let me clarify the direction."
Same situation, but it creates a completely different energy in the room, right? It's almost like people react to me differently just because of the words I choose.
Exactly, Emma. One version sounds unsure and slightly apologetic, while the other sounds calm, intentional, and in control of the situation.
So, what I'm starting to understand is that confident English often removes unnecessary emotion from the message. Is that what's happening?
Yes, that's a very accurate way to put it. Confident communication saves emotion for moments that truly matter instead of spreading it everywhere.
I've also noticed something else lately, and I'm curious if I'm imagining it. Confident speakers often seem slower when they talk. Is that connected?
That's a great observation, and you're absolutely right to notice it. Speed is not confidence. Clarity is what people actually trust.
That's interesting, because for a long time, people told me that speaking fast meant I was fluent and professional.
That's one of the biggest myths in language learning. Calm, clear speech is what professionals rely on, especially in meetings and serious conversations.
Hearing that honestly takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders.
Good. And that's important because pressure blocks fluency much more than mistakes ever do.
Okay, let me bring up another very real situation then. What about joining a meeting late when everyone is already talking and focused?
That's a great example. What do you usually say in that moment?
I usually jump in with something like, "Sorry I'm late, sorry," and I already feel small as I say it.
And if we pause and rethink that moment, how could you reframe it in a more confident way?
Instead of apologizing, I could say, "Thanks for starting without me, I'm here now."
Excellent. That version is polite, confident, and focused on moving forward, not on punishing yourself.
I also noticed something physical when I do that. When I stop apologizing, I actually breathe more calmly.
That makes perfect sense, because language and body are deeply connected. Your words influence how your body reacts.
So this isn't just about vocabulary or phrases, it's also about presence, right?
Very much so. Presence comes from feeling grounded in what you're saying.
One more situation that always triggers me. What about when someone corrects my grammar or my pronunciation in the middle of a conversation?
Good question. How do you usually react in that moment?
Almost automatically, I apologize right away, even if the correction was helpful.
And that's where a small shift makes a big difference. Instead of apologizing, you can say, "Thanks for pointing that out."
That feels completely different. It sounds appreciative instead of embarrassed.
Exactly. And appreciation keeps you in control of the interaction, while embarrassment gives that control away. And appreciation builds connection.
This really connects back to real English, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Real English is about function, not perfection.
I feel like each small change gives me more space to think while I speak.
And that space is where confidence lives.
One last thing. How do I stop myself in the exact moment before sorry comes out automatically?
Pause for 1 second and ask yourself one simple question.
Which question?
Did I do something wrong, or am I just communicating?
And if I didn't do anything wrong?
Choose clarity or gratitude.
And if I did make a real mistake?
Apologize once, clearly, and move to the solution.
That balance feels healthy.
Balance is the foundation of professional communication.
I honestly feel lighter now, like I don't have to apologize for existing at work.
And that's a powerful realization.
Thank you, Liam. This Q&A really changed how I see professional English.
I'm very glad to hear that.
I'll keep practicing, paying attention, and I'll definitely come back for the next Quick Speak Q&A.
Perfect. And next time, we'll keep building stronger, more natural English, one real conversation at a time.